Hello, all Rambling Canuck back for another video. Today is the Star Trek First Contact review and thoughts. So, before I get into the review and my thoughts on the movie, I just want to thank all those who commented on my Star Trek Generations video. I have made a few changes and I will be changing how I do this review. Last time I went a little bit too much into saying how everything progressed story-wise. In this one, I'm just going to basically give my thoughts, the pros and the cons of the movie, in my opinion, and go from there. So, first off, I want to say that Star Trek First Contact is kind of a special movie to me. Not so much because of the plot or the storyline, but because in this movie we are introduced to the Enterprise E. And when I first saw this ship, I fell in love. It is just awesome. I love this Enterprise. I know that I'm about to get a whole bunch of flack from all my fans that love TOS and the original Enterprise, but I'm sorry, she ain't got nothing on the Enterprise E, in my opinion. The Enterprise E is just so sleek and beautiful in every way. But anyway, enough about that. But yeah, this movie was the introduction of what has now become my favorite Enterprise, the Enterprise E. I also wanted to share a memory that came while I was watching this movie. I remembered when I first watched this movie, and it's something that I can't get back, no matter how much I try, and that is, when I first watched this movie, I remember getting so angry halfway through when I realized that they were going to probably destroy the Enterprise E. I remember getting mad. I remember yelling at the screen, "Don't you dare, don't you dare." And then when Picard sets the auto-destruct, I remember just flipping out. "Don't you dare, this is the best Enterprise you've ever had. Don't you dare destroy that ship." And being so happy and elated that they didn't. It was an emotional ride for me for this movie that I can only happen once. Because now, of course, I know they don't destroy it. So, yeah. But yeah, that was just something that was kind of always stuck out with me for First Contact, was watching it for the first time, and that emotional ride of being so angry that they would destroy this ship, the first movie it's in. And just the thought of it made me so mad, and I don't know why, it just did. It just made me angry. And I remember watching future movies, and every time they're going to destroy the Enterprise, it infuriated me the first time I saw it. It was like, "Don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare." But yeah, so with the movie itself, I'm going to go through the pros, and then I'm going to get to some of my things I didn't quite care for. The battle scenes in the beginning are really good. I liked them. The movie itself is okay. I wouldn't say it's the best or the worst Star Trek movie. For me, the story seemed to kind of go along. It wasn't too dry of a movie. But to me, Star Trek First Contact, other than, of course, the Enterprise being introduced, really was a head-scratcher for me. And the reason it was a head-scratcher is we see Picard. And we see Picard, if you're a TNG fan, you'll understand what I mean. We see Picard not being Picard for the kind of the first time, really. Right from the get-go. We don't get Picard till the end of the movie. It's almost the way I'd attribute it, his characteristics, the way he acts and portrays himself on screen for the first 75% of the movie, to some degree always felt like mirror universe Picard. He's aggressive, he is willing to sacrifice everything just to get the Borg. And it just felt so out of character, it really pulls you out of the movie. Even now watching it, it's just kind of like, that's not Picard. That's really not Picard. That's not his character. He's not a kill now, ask questions later. That's not Picard. There's an old joke I remember that my friends and I used to tell. And it was the difference between Picard and Kirk. And the joke was, the biggest difference between Picard and Kirk is the Enterprise D is being pummeled and the shields are about to go down, and Picard gives the order, target their weapons and their shields and open a channel. And Kirk, on the other hand, is on the bridge and is informed that the highest-ranking, most respected admiral is just called him a useless moron. He turns to the next person beside him and says, "Beam down there and shoot that guy." It's a really lame joke, but it was to compare that Kirk was, the let's get him. Picard wasn't. Picard never was. And so for me, that part of it kind of took me out of this movie. Because they really went all action hero. And Picard has never been action hero. The other things that kind of didn't jive with me was how many stupid one-liners can you fit in one movie? The first couple are okay, some of them are alright, but it seemed like every scene, or every second, or every third scene had to end with a stupid one-liner. Data with "to hell with our orders." That one was okay. That was the beginning of the movie, and it was okay. But they just kind of got repetitive. You knew that was the end of the scene when you got the one-liner. Assimilate this is the one that usually makes me groan the most. Because it's a trope in this movie particular, where they just drive that home again and again and again and again. Every second or third scene ends with that stupid one-liner, and it's just like, okay, move on. The other thing that kind of rubs me the wrong way, I guess would be the way to put it, is just some of the plot things that just drive me crazy. The whole interaction with the crew and Cochrane, yeah, it's okay, but I think it was overdone just a little bit. It kind of pulls you out of the movie because it's kind of beat over your head that he doesn't like the hero worship, but everybody's going to hero worship him anyway. And it's just, okay, move on. Just those scenes really seem to make the movie drag. They could have done it once or twice, but not every 30 seconds for parts of the movie. It just seemed to annoy me. I don't know why, it just did. And I mean, the ships are beautiful. The first, his reaction, Cochrane's reaction when they go into space is priceless. His partner in crime, Lily, the first time when Picard opens up the shuttle bay door and she sees the Earth for the first time. Those were great reactions and very lifelike and realistic. You could buy into it. But there are things I have issues with other than that, plot-wise. Like, okay, they destroy the sphere. Now, Picard knows, because he's been told, that the shields are down. Okay. One, wouldn't you do an interior sensor sweep? Just saying. Also, we're made to believe throughout the movie that Picard can hear them. Can hear the Borg. He's got a receiver in his head, and he can hear what's going on within the collective. And anytime they're close, or the plot determines it, he can hear them. So here's a question: before he beams down, wouldn't he still hear them? Wouldn't he know that they're not destroyed because he can still hear them? Kind of a plot hole to me. But all in all, I think Star Trek First Contact was okay. It had its faults. I do agree with the anti-trekker from his review that in a way this kind of cheapened the Borg with the Borg Queen. I kind of agree with him that the Borg Queen was a very bad idea. And it was something that they had to carry on, and I really think that the Borg were hurt in a way. Their mystique, their grandeur was hurt by adding in the Queen. But all in all, it was an okay movie. In my opinion, it's better than Generations. And the worst one of the bunch is still to come. Star Trek Insurrection. Oh, I hated that movie. Oh boy, I can't believe I'm going to watch that again. Anyway, so those are my thoughts, and I would very much appreciate comments. If you disagree with me, by all means. If you have any critiques or anything you think I should add to the next review I do, I'm very open to try different things. I'm still feeling my way through this. But if you like this, please like, share, subscribe. If you didn't like it, downvote it. Just any interaction would be great. And until the next time, have a great one, folks.